Matt and Leah, 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 Matt and Leah. Matt and Leah, Matt and Leah, Matt and Leah, Matt and Leah. Matt and Leah, Matt and Leah, Matt and Leah, Matt and Leah. A pancake!
What's up, boys and girls and everything in between? This is Bear With Us. I'm Matt. She is Leah, and she is over-caffeinated, which means this is probably going to be an interesting conversation.
We're in trouble, folks.
What are we going to talk about this week, Leah?
Oh, we're just getting right into it. Okay. Well, I would like to talk about your shirt, first of all. I'm loving it. I wish you guys could see it. It's a shirt of this cartoon version of Britney with the snake when she did the whole, snake bit at the VMAs. I'm obsessed.
I'm glad you're obsessed with my shirt.
Yeah.
I was going to see if you were going to lead us into any particular direction before we dive into the meat of the conversation.
That is not my forte.
I know. That's what I get for
Still
entrusting you with the keys to the castle. I want to start out once again by thanking everybody who's been listening and subscribing and leaving comments and 5-star ratings anywhere and everywhere that you can listen to the Bear With Us podcast. It really helps. It continues to grow. We are eternally grateful for.
Keep that shit up.
Wow. There we go.
I interrupted.
This is how it's going to be. This is going to be another one of these episodes. I apologize in advance. Emilio, our wonderful editor, I'm sure his bleep button will be sore by the end of this week.
His bleep button will be sore.
His bleep.
My bleep button is sore.
Anywho. As I have learned, caffeine is definitely not conducive.
I literally was just napping 30 minutes ago on the couch.
Yeah, and now you're at 11, wired for sound, and you've interrupted 4 sentences that I've spoken already.
No, I said I was gonna get better at that. I'm gonna try again. Ready? Oh,
and you hit the microphone. Okay, it's kind of ironic that is why, or that is what we're going to talk about today, is things that drive each other crazy.
Little pet peeves,
Yeah, and I'm going to start the list by saying you are a habitual interrupter.
I am.
And nobody can even argue that.
I am.
You just have a thought and it has to come out right now.
I know, because you know why?
Why?
Because I feel like, I know I discussed this on last week's podcast about how shy I was. So for the longest time, I felt like I never got a word in. I always just let people talk. I let them talk over me. I let them just say what they want to say. And I always just sat there and listened. And then I decided, you know what? My voice needs to be heard. And I'm not going to let people push me around anymore. So then I just started speaking my mind and interrupting people.
So now you've become the verbal equivalent of ham-fisted.
What the hell is ham-fisted?
It's when you just pound on the table and go, I want my way.
Well, no, I don't think I'm like blunt. That. But I just feel like for the longest time, I was just like I held myself back. And now I just want my voice to be heard.
I think you should maybe exercise a little bit of restraint from time to time. It's rude to interrupt people.
I know. I don't mean to.
I've instilled that with my children.
I get it from my dad. My dad, you can't even finish a sentence without him interrupting. Not one sentence. And it's so annoying. Okay. Thanks a lot, Dad.
Well, we're not going to discuss daddy issues this week. I'm sure that's somewhere down the line.
Zaddy. So pet peeves. That's what we're talking about today.
Right. And as we've covered on the drive here today, full disclosure, and most of the day we knew this was going to be the topic of conversation. I was having a bit of a hard time really pinpointing things about you that drive me nuts because there are very few. And
that's a lie.
No, that's not a lie.
The lie detector results have come back in, and they have determined that that's a lie.
I thought you were going to tell me I am not the father. However, no, but seriously, so we both obviously have things. Everyone has things that get on their nerves about other people, whether they be significant others or just people in general. I was having a hard time nailing down X, Y, and Z. Like, this thing drives me crazy, or that thing drives me crazy. More often than not, it's something that'll bother me in the moment, but not anything that I dwell on or that I focus on or think, God, she's doing that thing again, other than the interruptions, which we already addressed and we shan't go back.
I'm going to work on that. I'm trying. I feel like, okay, in real life, do I interrupt you a lot, or is it just on the podcast? because I'm trying to figure out how to find my voice here in this podcast setting.
Oh, you have a voice. Your voice is heard. You're the star of the show, some would say.
What?
I am just
me.
I am the parsley to your steak.
Really? So
Yeah.
I'm the steak.
Yeah, I'm playing second fiddle. That's what I do best.
I don't know if that's true.
I like to accentuate the main course.
Oh, baby, you're the appetizer, the main course, the dessert. You're a whole freaking meal. Let me just tell you. And I'm hungry. I'm eating good tonight. Anyway, keep going.
I completely lost my train of thought. You compared me to all of the courses of the meal, and I was.
Well, you were saying that my voice is heard.
Your voice is heard,
But do I
literally and figuratively.
do I interrupt you in real life a lot, or is it just on the podcast?
Not to the point that I notice it.
Okay.
I feel like it's more of a podcast issue.
And not that this is not real life. This is fake life, I guess. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm saying without, the microphones.
Yeah, the microphone definitely brings out the worst in you. But let's do this as a volley, as to not
God.
dogpile on one another.
Yeah, now I'm nervous about this, okay? Because I don't want this to turn into, tearing each other apart. I don't want to
No.
be like, oh, you do this wrong, that wrong. Because unlike you, I made a list.
Okay.
Well, I actually didn't make a list, but I'm pretending I did. I made a mental list in my head.
Okay, a mental list is good enough.
Yeah.
Well, I let you know about my disdain for your interruptions. You're up.
Okay. So.
By the way, if we break up by the end of this podcast,
I know. I'm
it's
nervous.
It's been a good run.
But we're always honest with each other.
Sure.
So, okay, so I just say, I blurt out the things that are pet peeves.
You do you, boo.
Okay, well, I think that my biggest pet peeve is you leaving dishes in the sink.
Okay.
That's my biggest pet peeve. And the fact that you don't help me with the dishes most of the time.
Right.
That drives me nuts.
Okay.
Especially when I'm like, hey, babe, do you mind emptying the dishwasher today? And you're like, yeah, sure, no problem. And it's 5 hours go by, the dishwasher still isn't empty. So it's I'm like, hey, babe, don't mind me over here emptying the damn dishwasher, slamming the dishes around.
I'm pretty sure you denied that exact thing several weeks ago, and I made that joke, and I was like, yeah, when you empty the dishwasher, you make as much noise as humanly possible and guilt trip me. But the key is, you said today. Can you empty the dishwasher today? Not right now.
Okay, but the whole thing is now other dishes are piling up in the sink because I can't put them in the dishwasher. And I hate having a dirty kitchen. It just drives me berserk.
But we don't have a dirty kitchen.
But having dishes in the sink makes a dirty kitchen. It f***ing drives me nuts. It's making me want to swear.
Well, obviously.
Empty the damn dishwasher. I don't ask you to do many chores around the home. I think I take care of
You do.
everything.
You're
I sweep the floors. I wash the floors. I wash the counters about 76 times a day. I make sure everything's organized. I pick up all 347 of Pancake's toys. I do the laundry. I clean the bathrooms. I do fold the laundry. I do your kids' laundry. I even take out the damn trash. There's really not many things I ask you to do.
You're going to get no argument from me, other than the fact that I do contribute. I'm often taking out the trash.
Ooh,
and
he takes out the trash.
who cleaned the bathroom?
Okay, the first time ever. When did we move in?
December.
Okay, how many times have you cleaned the bathroom?
All three of them, this was probably the second time.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not denying.
Do you think your kids' mirror in their bathroom just magically cleans itself? You have 3 young children. There's toothpaste in places I didn't even know you could get toothpaste.
I completely agree. That is the weirdest phenomena I've ever encountered, is the ability of my children to put toothpaste at the top of the mirror, which is about 8 feet in the air. None of them are
How
that
many
tall.
times have you cleaned their mirror?
Twice.
Okay, we moved in December.
Okay. Point taken. Great. So that was I need your pet peeve would be that I need to do more around the house.
Right.
Fair enough. Probably a pretty common one. I have a feeling that a lot of people listening to this are going, see, if they're in the car, they're looking over at their significant other going, see, he doesn't do it either.
Okay, right. But, and here's the thing. I haven't been working as much lately. I haven't been traveling. So
Right.
I have no problem going out of my way to make sure that the house is clean. But even when I was working and we were working the same hours and traveling the same amount, I was still doing it.
Fair.
So that's all.
No argument.
This is like therapy right now. I feel good. My like chest feels light. My shoulders are like, I'm like a bird. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. Okay, keep going. Now name something else about me that you don't like, even though there's probably not much.
There's not. There's honestly not. And I'm not saying that to score points. I'm sure there are things like once we get done recording this, by the end of the car ride to the airport, I'm going to be like, oh, damn it, I should have said this. I hate when you do that.
Well, hit me with it.
I don't know. The other thing, and this is a broad one, that makes me absolutely batshit crazy.
What?
Is your indecision.
Ugh.
You are the most indecisive person I know.
That is so not true.
That is 100% true, as evidenced by any time I ask the question, what do you want to do for dinner?
Ugh.
You go, I don't care. What do you want? And then I'll make a suggestion, and you go, nah, not feeling that. And then I go, okay, what are you in the mood for? I don't know. Okay. And then we have this weird standoff where nothing happens, and I continue to grow hungry and frustrated.
Hangry?
Yes.
This happened last night.
Yes, exactly.
But you were the indecisive one.
No, that's not true.
That is so true.
I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted seafood.
And then we went. I don't even want to. Should we put him on blast? I don't want to put him on
We don't
blast.
have to put him on blast by name.
Okay. But there was a restaurant in the Strip that we've been wanting to try. And we walk in, first of all. It's not busy in there. We walk in and we're standing there. I didn't make a reservation because I looked on Open Table and they had all of the time slots open. So to me, that meant I didn't need a reservation because we weren't sure exactly what time we wanted to go. We didn't want to be late or be early. We walk in. We proceeded to be ignored for at least 5 minutes. That is not an exaggeration.
Right.
Bus boys, servers, waitresses, bartenders are walking by us. Not one person acknowledges us. Finally, the woman comes out. She goes, oh, do you guys have a reservation? And I said, no, we don't, because they were all open on Open Table. So we decided. She's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to get you in. I don't know if I'll be able to get you in, she said. Okay, so then, like, can you find out if you can get us in? Like, and she's like, and already Matt is so annoyed. He's like, let's get out of here. Let's go. And I was like, well, can you check? She's like, sure, let me check. She's like, another a few minutes go by. Yeah, I think I can get you in. What do you mean you think you can get us in? Either you can or you can't. So then she was about to sit us down, and Matt's like, let's get the fuck out of here.
I think I said it slightly less angrily.
But yeah, that was annoying. So then you didn't know where you wanted to go after that.
Right.
We ended up going to Kaya, and Kaya was amazing. The best jambalaya of my life.
It wasn't jambalaya.
Oh.
It was paella. Did you just snort?
Whatever. It was good. It was really good jambalaya. Oh my god.
Wow.
What is wrong with
Wow.
me? Cut that part out.
Wow.
Paella.
Yeah. So, but
Anywho.
it's not just as pertains to food, but that's the biggest one. But even when we do agree on, let's say, a place to eat for dinner, you still need more options.
I like options.
I have never met someone who will regularly order multiple entrees just to take a bite of one thing and then go, oh, I want to try that. I'm going to order this whole meal, and then it just goes to waste.
It doesn't go to waste. I bring it home, and we eat it.
When?
Babe, come on. I don't like to waste food. I'm not a food waster. You, on the other hand, are a food waster.
I don't believe so.
Are you fucking kidding me? All of a sudden you get a microphone in front of you. You act like you're big bad save the food world. Like, fuck off.
Wait. When do I waste food?
All the damn time.
Give me an example.
How many meals did you throw out of the fridge?
Well, that's more of a space issue than a waste issue.
Babe, look to me in my eyeball.
I am looking you dead in your eyeballs.
You are lying.
That is not. No, that's
Anywho,
not.
I like options, okay? I really like when we go out for dinner, a lot of times we order like a bunch of apps and just try different things. I just like to try new things. Is that okay? Like, you know.
I'm all for trying new things. However, it's kind of difficult to reach any sort of accord with you because you very rarely know specifically what you want. And I'm going to elaborate further. It's beyond the food world.
Okay, don't even go into the movie thing.
Oh, you know exactly.
Because I was about to go to the movie thing.
Okay.
That's my pet peeve of yours.
Okay. Give me your take on things.
It's so fucking annoying that we only watch what you want. We only watch what you want on TV.
Again, you never make a decision. It happened today. I handed you the remote and said, put on what you want.
I wanted to put Friends on. I was in the mood. You know what? He's been watching TV all day. I was out and about doing things. I went and trained. I went grocery shopping. I cleaned the home. I was doing while you sat on your booty and watched TV. So that's fine. You watch your shows. You watch whatever you wanted to watch. So I figured, okay, this is my first time sitting down all day. I'm going to put Friends on. And Matt doesn't really like Friends, which is fine. It's for me, not for you. So we sat down. I threw Friends on and I thought, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I should, like, he doesn't like it, so I don't want to make him watch it. So I threw you the remote because I was trying to be nice. That's what I get for trying to be a good girlfriend?
No, you threw me the remote, implying that I now have control over what's on the television once again, and I wanted to watch Wife Swap. And you looked at me.
You have the worst taste in TV shows. You like Wife Swap. You like My 600-Pound Life. You like 90 Day Fiance. Like, he watches anything on Lifetime. He's basically like my mother, like the things he watches. And I never could get into Lifetime. I'm not a Lifetime girl. That's just me. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just not into it. I'm more of a Bravo girl. Period. No, but so he watches all these shows, and they're shows that I can't even get behind. Like 90 Day Fiance, I guess I could maybe watch, but like watching Hoarders while I'm eating breakfast and seeing these nasty homes, like I can't do it. It just grosses me out.
Okay.
Same thing with like, I can't do it.
But again, much like the food situation, you never tell me what you want to watch, just
I
what
tell
you
you what I
don't
don't
want to
exactly.
watch, which is anything that I've ever seen before.
What?
You have this weird aversion to watching something, particularly movies,
Yes.
that I have seen before.
I hate that because he's like, "Have you seen this movie?" And I'm like, "No." Have you? He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not watching a movie you've already watched." Like, does anyone else feel that way when you don't want to watch like something that your partner's already watched? You want to watch something together for the first time, so it's new, it's fun, it's exciting. You can laugh at things, you can discuss things, rather than like once in a while, sure, if you want to, because you think that I have like taste in movies and TV shows and everything. So you think, because you're you, everything you do and think and feel is the right way. And I'm just sitting there like a fucking idiot, like, oh, me. I'll just sit here and watch Finding Nemo again because that's the only thing I like, according to you.
When have we ever watched Finding
We
Nemo?
haven't, but I just feel like that's what you look at me as, like, you're like this esteemed like film critic, and you could basically be on like the panel to judge the Academy Awards. And like, is that the same thing as the Oscars?
Yes.
Okay. So you're basically on that panel to like pick, you know, best picture of the year, and I'm sitting here watching fucking Finding Nemo. Like, that's how you look at me.
No, that's not it at all. That's terribly inaccurate. You just have a very particular taste that you will not deviate from. If it's not a romantic comedy, you're not into it.
Because I get anxiety. I get high blood pressure when I'm watching a thriller. Like, listen, I think I'm the only person that, what's that show that I watched? Like Dead to Me. I have to put it on mute because I'm so scared of what's going to happen, but I want to know what happens, but I can't watch the drama. It gives me such anxiety. Like, I'll watch the drama on Bravo all day. Like, what Jax did to Brittany, I'll watch that on Vanderpump Rules. But I'm not trying to see what happens when, you know, like, there's a murder involved. It gives me anxiety.
Right. So we're severely limited by our movie choices because you refuse to watch 95% of movies. And
also, can I just say there's nothing wrong with Finding Nemo?
I love Finding Nemo. Hell yeah.
Great film.
You just like it because you laugh like Nemo.
Shut up. Who said that? Someone at work said that.
Yeah, I've seen it somewhere. I think it was on the internet, so
Oh
it must
my
be
God.
true. But yeah, that's my biggest thing because it's like, oh, I know you don't like horror movies. Those are my favorite. But I've resigned myself to realize that I will never get to watch a horror movie in your presence for the rest of my life
I
as
just
long
don't
as
like to be
exist.
scared.
I can't relate. I think it's the most fun thing in the world. But when it's like, hey, let's watch a movie. Okay.
Let's find a new
despite
movie.
10 million titles to choose from, 999,000 of them are automatically disqualified.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
And I'm very open. Like, I would say 90% of the time when you suggest a movie and you're like, this is great, like, you should watch it, I watch it. Even if it's something I don't want to watch, I still watch it.
When is the last time we
And you
watched a
don't
movie
even-
together that I had seen or suggested?
Yesterday on Netflix, you wanted to watch that movie.
No.
Yeah.
No. Completely.
See, this is what's so f***ing annoying. We need someone that follows us around that will tell the truth. Because you have your side, I have my side, and we're always going to conflict. We're never on the same page when it comes to, like, what happens. you see it your way, which is the wrong way, and then I see it my way, which is the truth, and then you just constantly are in denial.
You chose the movie yesterday.
I did not. You're like, oh, what is this
I
movie?
said, let's watch the trailer.
For it.
Yeah. I said, let's watch the trailer. And you went, yeah, okay, let's watch this. And you turned it on.
Okay, you suggested it because you wanted to watch the trailer. I wasn't like, oh, this is a movie I want to watch.
Okay.
True or false?
I'm not even going to get into
Oh,
this.
hold on. Okay, let's talk about more pet peeves.
Yeah, you're up.
When you put your shoes on the bed, drives me nuts.
That happened
Don't
like
put your
once.
dirty shoes on the bed.
I never put my shoes on the bed. I 99.9% of the time take my shoes off the minute I walk in the door.
Okay.
Just happened to be the other day as I was getting ready. I set my shoes on the bed, and you walked in, and you would have thought, there was a dead body in the bed.
I don't have any more pet peeves. You're perfect.
See, this is going to be the shortest episode of Bear With Us ever, where we have confirmed the suspicions.
No.
I am, in fact, perfect.
Oh, madam. Okay, what else do you have about me? Hit me.
Those are the two biggest ones. The indecision, I mean, that more so than anything is like a real pain in the ass because it's hard to make plans or do anything when it's like, oh, okay, this seems like a great option for today, and then you go, no, I'm not into that. But your indecision extends to food choices, even in a snacking manner, because I have never in my life seen someone who purchases as much dip and condiments as you. It is bizarre. It is insane. Listen, I understand sometimes you want to try some different things. If you're eating chips and you want dip, like a dip usually will do for most people. Like, I'm going to eat chips and guacamole, or chips and salsa, or chips and sour cream and onion dip, whatever that might be. When you bring a snack out, there is a bag of pretzel chips or pretzels or whatever.
Veggies.
And 41 dips. You can't even see the top of the table anymore. You've got 6 flavors of hummus. You've got 4 types of tzatziki. You've got whatever buffalo bean dip you purchased at Whole Foods.
Dip. Whole Foods.
Whole
What's
Foods.
Whole Foods?
Whole Foods. That's Whole Foods. Like,
I'm dying. Okay, but I just really like to enjoy a good variety of dips. Is there anything wrong with that?
no, it's there. It's
I
not.
put my hand up on my head. When I dip, you dip with it.
That was the whole reason I added that. Was I was hoping you would sing that particular song.
You're welcome.
What else have you got? What else drives you nuts about
Well, I would
me?
just like to say, how is that a pet peeve if I like dips?
It's
Like,
not a
what
pet
do
peeve.
you like about your girlfriend? Well, she's got a lot of dips in the fridge, so get the bitch out of here.
Well, you just made fun of me. You just complained that I had to throw some of my meals away. But if a top shelf of the refrigerator wasn't stocked solely with dips, and
I love a good dip.
I know you do. I feel like if there was a hard choice to make, me or dips, I would lose.
That's not
That
true.
is how strongly I know you feel about dip.
No, because okay, maybe you're right. I do like a good tzatziki.
Jesus.
Lord help us. Okay, what other pet peeves? Do you have any?
I don't necessarily know that I have any.
Okay,
so
there's one that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned yet about
which-
me,
Go for it.
and I'm about to out myself about my snacking, where I leave like half-eaten parcels of food all around the kitchen.
Within the course of 10 minutes, you just blatantly denied being a food waster. Oh.
You know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Now I
surprised
know.
you haven't mentioned this.
This doesn't happen so frequently that it is a problem. It's just odd to me. The way you will, particularly Pop-Tarts, you will eat 1/4 of a Pop-Tart and then stash it not even back in the box where the
Right.
Pop-Tarts are. Like in the cabinet or in a drawer where we keep the silverware. Like all of a sudden, I want a fork and there's a half-eaten blueberry Pop-Tart in there. And that is the weirdest thing. Like a squirrel. Like you're stocking up for winter, just in case.
Well, because sometimes I don't want the entire Pop-Tart. I don't want to intake all of those calories. I just want like a little bite, a little nibble.
Totally understood. The theory behind it is not wrong, but what is so hard about putting it back
Well,
in the
because
box?
I don't want to put it back in the box because your kids, when they come over, I don't want them to be like, they already make fun of me for it as it is, but I feel bad if they go in and try to take a Pop-Tart and it's already open. So I try to like put it in a different drawer that they don't go in.
It's like in the event that our home gets raided of all the food by crazy zombie apocalypse, you're prepared because you've got half of a brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tart stashed in one of the pots.
100%.
It's very, very odd.
Very accurate.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's a pet peeve. I just think it's kind of a strange occurrence.
Okay.
What about in life in general? What kind of pet peeves drive you crazy?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Like, have you
I have
had
to
some in
think
the
about
past?
this for a second.
The first one to me that makes my skin crawl like nothing
chewing
else
with
in
your
the
mouth
world.
open.
Chewing with your mouth open or chewing ice.
Ugh.
That to me, I don't know why it grosses me out so bad, but the sound of someone chomping on ice makes me want to like crawl out of my own skin. Don't do it. I swear to God, I'll leave and you will have to do this podcast by yourself.
God, I wasn't prepared for this question. Like, what are my biggest pet peeves in general? I would think like I don't know. I can't think of any right now. I think when people like bite their nails, that grosses me out. Like driving, like I can't stand drivers, like slow drivers. I get out of my way. I can't.
So let's talk about your opinion on driving and how you told me less than 20 minutes ago that I'm a terrible driver.
I was joking. I was trying to get you like riled up for the podcast.
I'm all riled up.
But sometimes I feel like when you're driving, you don't look. You just go. Unless you're looking like in this discreet way and you're a periph that I don't know. But like when we're in our parking garage, you just back out. You don't even look.
I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but they have these cool new inventions that they've begun to put in motor vehicles called mirrors.
Yeah, but you also have blind spots. And I think you forget about the blind spot.
I think you're not taking into consideration the size of us as human beings and the difference in blind spots. I can see a lot more from a seated position, perhaps. I don't know. I think I'm a great driver.
I think you're okay. I mean, you're not a terrible driver. But I just feel like you don't check the surroundings. And so one thing my dad always told me, I'm totally digressing. When I first started learning how to drive, he always said, never assume. You can't assume someone's going to stop at the stop sign. You can't assume someone sees that they have a red light and they're going to stop. You have to assume these people are going to blow through them, and you never know. You have to drive cautiously. I'm an aggressive driver, but I'm also cautious. You assume everything. You assume, because we went on, we're on a bike ride. And you're like, it's fine. They have a stop sign. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if they're going to stop with a stop sign. You have to make sure you wait for them to actually stop. Because if they don't see it, or if they're not from the area, they don't know, they could just blow through and then see you later.
Do stop signs mean different things in different areas?
No, babe, but a lot of times, I'm sure there's been times before we've accidentally, gone through a stop sign because you didn't see it. I've been with you in the car and be like, babe, you're like, oh shit, I didn't even know. Like, you didn't realize. It happens. And guess what? Had I been riding my bike in front of you when you didn't see the stop sign, I wouldn't be here anymore. You can't assume. And I think you assume. And you know what happens when you assume? It makes an ass out of you and me.
That has been your dad joke for the day. What about, have you ever, I'm thinking more along the lines of, for listeners, what are some things that you would think are common? Didn't you have a list of things that people argue over?
Oh, yeah, like the toilet paper thing, if you put it up or down. If you put your toilet paper under, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, I agree.
Who puts their toilet paper under?
It's got to be like a waterfall, not a back roll.
A back roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
If you do that, if I'm at your home, and I'm telling you, I do this when I'm at someone's house or if I'm at a restaurant, wherever I am, and it's under, I switch it.
You adjust toilet paper rolls in restaurants?
If you can. If it's on a stand and you can just boom, but if it's the kind where you have to unlock it, no. But yeah, if I'm in someone's home or wherever I am, I always adjust it. Always. My parents' house, if I'm there and for whatever reason they're decided that they want to be difficult or weird and they put it under instead of over, I switch that. How do you feel about someone eating off your plate when you go out to dinner? Is that okay?
I'm not a fan of it, but I have gotten used to it.
What does that mean?
You know exactly what it means. Just helping yourself to sample whatever it is that I ate. And then when I go, hey, do you want another piece or another bite? And you're like, no, I'm good. And then you do it anyway. Like, I'll make the offer. I'm willing to share, but once that window closes,
But I feel like what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. And like, if you're paying for dinner, if I'm paying for dinner, I don't really care about that. I just feel like we're both at dinner, and your fries look good. I didn't think I wanted fries, but now I do, so I want one.
that's a great example because I've never seen someone snipe French fries off of other people's plate. Not even just mine. I've seen you do it to like the kids. You're like, I'm just gonna snake a fry.
Well,
That
because
one, and you have this eagle vision where you scope out a particular fry, and you're like, oh, that's the perfect French fry.
totally, because even like we went out to lunch last week. We went to that burger place
Yeah.
in Lawrenceville, and we both got fries. But for whatever reason, your fries looked better than mine. I feel like they gave me like the bottom of the batch. Is that the bottom of the last of the batch? And you had like a fresh new batch, and you had like these amazing looking fries that were like, oh, like crisp but juicy, and I wanted them. Like I like them when they like curve a little bit.
Are we still talking about French fries? It's weird.
Well, we're not talking about you. If we're
Weird.
talking about
Weird.
curves. Can you think of anything else that annoys the shit out of you about me?
No, I'm trying to think, even historically speaking, things that have driven me nuts. I cannot stand chewing ice. Obviously, all the things between us that we just discussed. I have another weird one that I inherited from my dad,
Oh, geez.
and I don't understand the reasoning or logic behind it, but I remember growing up thinking, like, this is a cardinal sin. You cannot do this. My dad hates when people are driving home or have food in their car and are eating French fries out of the bag. Like if you go to McDonald's and
Yeah.
you're bringing food home to someone, if you're like munching on French fries that don't belong to you or you just can't wait to get home. So I kind of hate that.
What?
It's weird. I know.
That is really weird. I feel like that's the whole point
No, it's
of like
not.
a drive-through. It's because you
Well,
can
no,
eat
it's
it in
different.
your car.
If you need to eat on the go, sure, that's one thing. But if I go to McDonald's and bring home fries and burgers for everybody, but I'm kind of cruising home and along the way, I'm like, I'm going to snack on these fries.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna snack the
Nope.
shit out of those fries because I'm
Nope.
like, I just bought this damn food. These smell really f***ing good, so I'm gonna eat some.
That's fine. That's your prerogative.
And
It's just,
it sure is.
it's just one of those things that I grew up thinking that is the most
That is
evil
so
thing
funny.
one person can do, and to this day I will not do it. It's like they're sealed in the bag in my mind until I get home or wherever I'm going to eat them. Now, again, if I'm on the road and I need to eat, all bets are off. But
Isn't it funny how like we inherit these things from our parents, and it's like you don't even really think about the reasoning behind it. You're just like, oh well, I grew up knowing that this was a thing, and that's what my parents thought, and that's what I'm gonna think. And then when you're older, it's like sometimes you have to reevaluate and be like, oh wait, but why do I think that's annoying? Is it annoying? But you just like, inherently like feel the same way that your parents did.
yeah, we're all totally screwed up
We
inside.
are.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Try to think of something better to say, but I couldn't. Thanks, Mama and Papa.
I set the bar pretty high with thanks, Mom and Dad. With some of my best work. It was like profound and poetic all at
It's
once.
deep, baby.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Really. So I'll keep the bar down to an attainable height from now on. I'll try.
What do you think? Should we answer some questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
A little mail time?
Let's do it.
Here's the mail, it never fails.
No,
It
we
makes me
can't
want to
sing
wag
this
my
every
tail.
week.
When it comes, I want to wail. Mail!
We're going to get sued.
I want to be on Broadway. I need to show off my voice.
No one is
I
listening
have the
to this
voice
from
of
Broadway.
An angel. How do you know?
Because I know.
Hey, Broadway babes, listen up.
Go
Hire
ahead.
me.
Oh, that was a great hard sell. Surely the offers will come a knockin'.
Email me at BroadwayDancer123.
That's you?
No.
No.
What was your original AOL name?
I can't
Or
even remember.
AIM name?
I think I used to change it like once a week, so I don't really remember.
Change it once a week.
Yeah, that was like a thing to do.
My original AIM name was Shoppin' Babe with an N. Shoppin' Babe 87. Cool, huh?
Edgy.
And then it was Boy crazy XO.
Ooh, good.
Oh yeah, I was boy crazy.
XO.
And then it was
ASL pick.
XX Sugar Baby 127XX. And I didn't even know what the hell a Sugar Baby was, but I thought it was cool. But it was sugar with an A. And then the 127 was because December 7th was Aaron Carter's birthday. So that's why I had 127.
Wow.
Are you so embarrassed to be dating me?
If there was ever a fact that I wish you could take back into your brain and never release into my mind space, that would be it.
Well, you win
Aaron
some,
Carter.
you lose some. I loved Aaron Carter. Like, who the hell didn't?
Me.
Especially the episode he was on of Lizzie McGuire when they like kissed under the mistletoe. Oh, he's like, "Come on," or what was the song? I want candy. Boom, 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 boom,
That's not even his song.
Yeah, but he covered it. Hello.
All right, let's dive into the mailbag.
All right. Question number 1, honey. My boyfriend won't let me kiss him in public. Is that normal for men?
Yeah, it's totally normal if he hates you.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally, like, I understand when people are, like, against PDA. If, like, you're against PDA, I get that. I'm not one of those people, but I also don't think that I'm, like, we're not all over each other in public.
Right, I think there's a line.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a kiss or, something, a hand holding, like, there's never, that to me is never a problem.
Right.
But I get, like, not wanting to go full blown.
And there's a time and a place. It's not like you're making out in the pew in church or something.
Or, like, in first class in the airplane and completely forget what's happening around you.
What? I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was quite
We
a
had
time.
a full-on makeout sesh on the airplane.
And immediately regretted it once
We're
we
like
realized what was happening.
making out, and then we're like, oh, like we're on a plane right now.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's kind of weird. So tell your boyfriend or let us tell him and make him subscribe to this podcast, and we will shame him.
I feel like if your partner is not like even willing to give you a kiss in public, then there's something more going on there. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay. We can leave it at that.
You just planted the seeds for, you might have just ruined that relationship with that thought. There's something more going on.
Well,
now
there
her
is.
Suspicions are up.
Yeah.
The
and
hairs
they
on the back of her
should
neck
be.
are standing.
If you weren't kissing me in public, I'd kick you to the curb.
Fair.
Catch you later, toots. Question number 2, honey.
What is this voice that you keep devolving into?
That's my question voice.
Oh, the question
Like when
voice.
we get to the questions, that's how I address them.
Oh,
I introduce
it
each
sounds
one like
to
that.
me like you should be like in a ball gown on top of a piano when you talk that way.
Give me a little thing for
Yeah.
my long cigarette. What is that thing called?
A cigarette holder?
Those long things, they look so classy.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't smoke, so. How many nights a week should you spend together?
I have the correct answer. More nights with your partner than without, if possible.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if you want to go out with your friends a couple nights or you have work things to do or whatever, other obligations, cool. But in my opinion, it should always err toward the side of your partner. Like, if you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does that come out?
Totally. I guess it also depends, A, how old you are, B, what your situation is. Like, do you guys live, like, close to each other? Do you have to, like, drive an hour to get to your partner? And, then it makes it easier to spend a few nights together in a row rather than, like, you pack a little bag or something. I don't know. I haven't been in a situation where, I'm dating someone that lives down the street. Like, I don't know what that's like. Not since I was in high school, maybe.
Back when you were Sugar Baby 127.
No, I think in high school I was like, oh yeah, I was still Sugar Baby, I think.
I like how you define periods of your life by what your screen name was.
Sugar Baby, what is wrong with me? So like, how many nights do you want to spend with me, babe?
7.
What?
Actually, like 6.
6.
I think 6, ideally.
Okay,
No.
but we live together.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we live together, so 7, yeah.
What are you gonna do? Kick me out one night a week?
I think, like, one night a week is probably healthy for everybody, but
I agree.
that's-
Like, this is a bad thing to say, but like you're going on the road, right, for a few days. And
Sure.
it's like, it gives me a chance to miss you. And like, that's
Right.
how we started dating. When we were constantly like on the road, it was a long distance and we didn't live in the same state. So like we had all we did was miss each other.
Right.
And I'm not to say like I mean I love spending all the time with you, but sometimes it's nice to miss each other.
Agreed.
So that's cool. Should we answer one more?
Sure, let's do it. We got
Let's
time to
look
kill.
for question number 3, honey. That's tres or toi if you speak Francais. Where is the best place to go on a first date with your partner?
It depends on who your partner is and what they like.
Or not partner, but like that's what they put. But I'm sure it's maybe their interest, their crush,
Sure. Well, yeah, I mean,
their
it kind of
POI, if
varies
you will.
on a person-to-person basis.
What would you recommend for like a first date? What would you like to do? Or like say it's our first date, where would you take me? And there aren't cameras involved because that was what happened on our first date.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can always play it safe, like dinner and a movie or an activity of some sort. And I would wait for like the cocktails on the back end. Like maybe have 1 or 2 to loosen up, but then you don't want to get sloppy drunk on your first.
Right. Well, that's
Wait till the
embarrassing.
second for that one. When you're trying to forget everything that you've done in your life.
What? That's a little heavy.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Oh.
I have a tendency
Ha
to do
ha ha.
that. About
jokes?
75% of the things that come out of my mouth are not serious.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
Enchanté.
Do you have a
Yeah, I would say like definitely dinner. I mean, I love to eat, as you know. So I feel like a nice dinner, or like if you say it's like a blind date or something and you're not quite sure, like I think maybe a bar. Like there's nothing wrong with going to, I'm not saying take them to like this dive bar and, you know.
somewhere that has dancers on the second floor?
Yeah, exactly. But if you want to go to like a nice cocktail bar and have a drink, just try to like, get to know them in a social setting. I think that's cool. And I mean, what girl doesn't like to be wined and dined? So I think a nice little dinner. I think the whole dinner and a movie thing is so passe. It's like, over it.
Well, again, I think it all depends on what the person is into. If you meet this person in an environment where it's like, oh, they're into the outdoors, so maybe you go on a hike and then
Pack a
go
little
have
picnic.
yeah. I mean, there's a million different
Yeah.
options. It's a case by case thing. There's no one answer where it's like, oh, this is gonna work.
Okay, so you know what? Whoever asked this question, you can just off. Sorry.
Can I tell you what my go-to date in high school was? Because
Yes.
I took every girl on the same date.
Wow, let's hear it. What
I
did
would-
the
I
old
would-
Matt Polinsky do, honey?
I would go down to Station Square
Mm-hmm.
and get on the little shuttle that would cross the river to PNC Park and get the same seats in the outfield of PNC Park because I could afford them. And we would do like dinner in Station Square and then a PNC Park baseball game, which didn't really make anyone happy but me.
Right. So I was gonna say basically it was a selfish date for you
Yes.
because it's something you like to do.
That's why I'm not in love with any of my high school sweethearts
Right.
to this
Because they
day.
probably were like, this guy, I don't even like baseball. He's taking me to the PNC Park.
That's why it's a case by case basis. Worst case scenario, do what the hell you want to do. And if they don't like it, you're not meant for each other.
You're so funny. That is so cute. Would you consider yourself like, were you like a heartthrob in high school?
No.
Were you like, people were like, oh, I want to go on a date with Matt Polinsky?
No, why do you keep using my full name?
I
People
don't
are gonna,
know.
like, stalk me now.
Because you're just like, that was you. That's who you were in high school.
I mean, that's still who I am.
Yeah, but you were like,
But no, no, I don't think so.
like how many girlfriends did you have in high school?
A couple. I mean,
Like at the same time or?
I had this bad habit or brilliant habit of dating girls from other schools
Oh.
so that it wasn't like a thing. I may or may not have cross-pollinated at times. But
Baby.
hey, we all have our crosses to bear.
That's kind of hot.
But no, I wasn't like
A little heartbreaker.
a heartthrob by any means. But I think people probably thought it was kind of weird.
Why?
I was just a dude. I just kind of got along with people.
Just a
and
dude.
I don't know. I had I was friends with the cool kids. I was friends with some of the nerds. I was friends with some of like the goth kids. Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of did my thing. I didn't really have a clique per se or a
I
scene.
love that for you.
Oh, thank you.
That was a little Alexis.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. Well, I think so. Can I just say, like, maybe next week we do something where we put each other over and talk about the things we actually like about each other? Because I feel like today I mean, it wasn't bad, but I'm going to, like, now feel really bad. I'm going to have to go home and.
Clean the house.
No, the house is already
Oh.
clean. But go pick up my half-eaten Pop-Tarts all throughout the kitchen.
Yeah, well, I'm about to go to the airport, so when I come home, no more half-eaten Pop-Tarts.
I thought you were saying when I come home, the place better be spick and span.
Wow.
So yeah, let's start putting a list together of all the things we like about each other so we can tell each other next week.
So it's going to be like a gushy love letter?
No, it doesn't have to be gushy.
Oh. All right. Yeah, we can maybe do nice things next week, or maybe something funnier will happen in between.
Just tell me how much you like me. That's all.
I only do that off the air.
Ugh,
I have an
whatever.
image to protect, damn it.
Whatever.
But yeah, keep sending in your questions. Maybe we'll read them, or maybe we'll
Yeah,
completely
send us
ignore
some
you.
questions. Maybe we'll read them. Maybe we'll ignore you.
Well, we made it through the majority of a podcast.
When I run out of things to say, I just copy you.
Oh, good. Well, you've heard me do the end of the show. Why don't you give it a shot?
Well, we want to thank you for joining us for this.
Being a
Chat.
friend, travel down the road and back again. See, I can do it too.
Look at you, the voice of an angel.
I'm like Fergie and Jesus.
I just want to remind everyone to subscribe, to give us a 5-star rating, to write us a little review, if you will. Tell us how great we are. And thanks for sticking it out with us on this episode, and bear with us.
Goodbye forever.
Bye.
I like the way I do it better.
Yeah, can you do it?
Nope.
Ugh, my way sucks.
Bye.